The big news out of London across the wire is what? Right around 6 a.m. this morning. Finally, that's right. Prince William and Kate Middleton are going to be married. They're getting engaged now. They're going to be married next spring or summer in London. There is a statement out of Buckingham Palace. Queen Elizabeth said she is absolutely delighted for her grandson and his bride-to-be.
She is, and we're hearing this morning that the couple became engaged while vacationing last month in Kenya. And we're also hearing that the prince asked Kate Middleton's father for permission. Now, you may remember that the British papers had been calling her Waity Katie.
They've been on again, off again.
8 years. 8 years. So it finally is happening.
Since they were together in college in Scotland, we're going to go now straight to London. Miguel Marquez is on the Royal Watch. He's got the latest. Hey, Miguel.
How are you there, George? That wedding will take part in a spring or summer or 2011. And as you guys said, the engagement was actually official last month in October on a private, clearly very private holiday in Kenya. Prince William actually asked Kate Middleton's father for her hand in marriage. And now the commoner will become a princess. William and Kate first met at St. Andrews University back in 2001. Girls from both sides of the Atlantic flocked to this Scottish seaside college town, hoping to marry a prince. But Kate caught his eye.
He'd noticed this beautiful brunette with long flowing hair who'd go running in the mornings and turn up at breakfast. He wanted to sit next to her. They breakfasted together, and that's really how he got to know her.
Then she took part in a fashion show, William in the crowd.
She was modelling frilly underwear on a catwalk.
And he was sitting with his friend Fergus at the time, and he turned to Fergus and he said, "Wow, Kate's a knockout. She's gorgeous." And I think that was really the turning point for them.
Love blossomed. They even lived together the last 2 years of their studies, unheard of for a man who will be king. They've been living in sin for quite some time.
Living in sin, I suppose, according to the older courtiers, but perhaps just living a contemporary relationship according to the rest of us.
William is breaking with centuries of tradition by marrying Kate. British princes are supposed to marry one of their own, an aristocratic girl with a title and some land. That's not Kate. She's what they call here a commoner. Her mother a flight attendant, her father a successful businessman. But their love hasn't all been smooth. Cinderella's story.
It's a great moment, a real breakthrough. Kate comes from an ordinary, common family, not Lady Kate Middleton. They're self-made millionaires, and we should all be celebrating that.
But their love hasn't all been a smooth Cinderella story. They broke up briefly back in 2007. She was hounded by the press in much the same way Diana was. But she never spoke out. She never dished the dirt. She was loyal. They soon got back together, but William was clearly in no hurry to pop the question. He told the world he would marry no earlier than 2010. He threw himself headlong into a military career. He made her wait, and she waited.
She's got the right priorities. She's prepared to put herself second to the job in a way, for example, that Diana was never willing to do.
She's proved herself fit to be his bride, fit to become a royal.
She's very, very gorgeous, and I think more so in the flesh. She has this wonderfully radiant skin, very dewy, very beautiful, very fresh-faced. She has a great figure. I mean, I very much see her becoming a style icon just as Diana did.
She is now a princess in waiting, and in the coming months, we will all get to know her.
She now has an opportunity to excel and to show us what she's really made of. And that is going to be the fascinating part of this story.
This story of a handsome prince who could have had any woman in the world, choosing a girl called Kate and making her his queen.
The girl that he chose when he spotted her across the breakfast canteen at St. Andrews was Kate. And the girl that he's chosen to spend the last 9 years with is Kate. And this is going to be the woman he spends, we hope, the rest of his life with.
Now, one interesting bit here as well, the official press release, the Prince of Wales refers to Kate Middleton as Miss Catherine Middleton. From now on, we'll have to get used to calling her Lady Catherine Middleton. Back to you guys.
Lady Catherine. Okay, Miguel, thanks very much. We're now joined on the phone by another Kate, Katie Nicholl. She is the author of William and Harry, an expert on the royal couple. And Katie, let's begin. We showed in that piece there that moment where William was smitten with Kate when she was that lingerie model. I think you call that the aha moment?
That was the aha moment. That was the moment when he turned to his friend and he said, "Wow, Kate's hot." And she was. She caught his eye, and ever since then, this love story was made.
You say the love story was made, but it was a long time to come to fruition. Now we're going into the 9th year. They met, in September of 2001 when they began together at St. Andrews and had a lot of ups and downs.
It has had ups and downs. They've had 2 major splits during their 9-year relationship. But I think this is a solid relationship. This is something that is hugely important to Prince William. Every time they did split, he went running back to her very, very quickly. And I tell you what, they have the foundation for a marriage that lasts. I think once you've spent 9 years with someone, you know the best of them, you know the worst of them, and they are truly happy together. And I've been saying, as you know, that this engagement is imminent for a while now. All the signs were there, the coin being made by the Royal Mint, Kate having her own wardrobe made, and then the telltale sign really when her parents went to Balmoral. That said it all. So we've been very much expecting this, and it's wonderful news today.
So it has, as you say, it's lasted 9 years. It's proven the test of time so far. What is it about her that completely grabbed him for good?
I think they were very well matched right from the start. They loved doing the same things. They shared the same interests. You know, they were doing the same course at St. Andrews University. They just clicked, and they were actually friends before they got together. So I think that sort of friendship foundation stood them in good stead. But she stood through thick and thin by William. She has been the perfect partner. She's been the perfect princess in waiting. I mean, in the book, I do say that I think Kate's quite frequently misunderstood. I think compared to Chelsea Davy, Prince Harry's girlfriend, she's seen as boring. She's seen as not terribly exciting, but there's a lot more to her. And I think now that the engagement is official, hopefully the palace walls will come down a little bit and we'll see a bit more of this girl who I believe to be very vibrant, and I think she's going to bring great sparkle to the House of Windsor.
We've seen the official statement out of Buckingham Palace. The Queen says she is absolutely delighted. Is that true?
Yes, the Queen has Prince William's very, very best interest at heart. She always has done. She's seen her grandson in this relationship, you know, on and off for nearly 9 years. When they've had troubles, Prince William has spoken to his grandmother about them, and she's always given great counsel. I think there were problems at first. The Queen was concerned that Kate didn't have a job, but I think Kate's proved herself. I think she's proved that she is in this for the long term. She's always played the long-term game. And the one thing that means more to the Queen than anything else is that Kate has always, always kept her silent.
Final question. The wedding will be coming up on the 30th anniversary of Diana's wedding, Princess Diana's wedding in Westminster Cathedral. Any sense of where this one will be and how they will match that moment?
Well, I think it's unlikely that it's going to be St. Paul's Cathedral, but Westminster Abbey is still an option. And St. George's Chapel in Windsor is where I've been told from my sources that they're most keen to wed. So I think that's probably the most likely option. But I've always said that I think this has the potential to be as big as the wedding in 1981. And, you know, we've got a little wait now before it happens. The palace has said it's going to be in the spring or the summer. And as you pointed out, it is 30 years of what would have been the anniversary of Charles and Diana. And I was in New York talking about this only a few days ago, that is one of the reasons I believe, and my sources tell me, that William chose this year. He doesn't want his mother forgotten.
Oh, that is interesting. Okay, Katie Nichol, thanks very much.